The political ground in New York City is shaking. Whispers are growing that Mayor Eric Adams might not finish the race. A sitting mayor dropping out? That's rare. A federal investigation into his 2021 campaign has cast a long shadow. The scrutiny is relentless, making it hard to govern or campaign. Insiders say the mayor is weighing his options as donors and supporters grow nervous. The campaign's energy is fading and a power vacuum is forming. If Adams steps aside, the field opens up dramatically. The moderate, business-friendly wing of the Democratic Party would scramble for a new champion. Meanwhile, progressive and socialist factions see an opportunity. The city holds its breath, waiting for the mayor's next move. For New Yorkers, the stakes are huge. The next mayor controls a massive budget, the police and policies that touch every life. If Adams is out, the choice becomes starker, the ideological divides deeper. This isn't just about one man's career, it's about the direction of the world's most famous city. The future of your commute, your child's school, your neighborhood, everything is on the line. The city's leadership is up for grabs and the clock is ticking. The next move could reshape New York for a generation. The question, who will step up, and what vision will win? The stakes could not be higher. New York's future hangs in the balance. Donald Trump is watching his old hometown closely. From the White House, he's warning of a socialist takeover in New York City. He calls it a tragedy in the making, painting a picture of decline if a candidate like Zohran Mamdani wins. Trump's message socialist policies will drive out businesses, jobs, and tax dollars. He reminds New Yorkers of the city's bad old days, high crime, urban decay. He frames the election as a choice between prosperity and chaos. But his words aren't just for New Yorkers, they're for the whole country. Trump is turning the NYC Mayoral race into a national symbol, a battle of ideologies. He warns, look what's happening in New York, this could happen to your city. For Trump, it's personal. New York built him and he's invested in its future. His name is on buildings across the city, and his warnings carry weight. He's using the race to rally his base and set the stage for a national debate. The mayoral race is now a proxy for America's political future. Trump is making sure everyone knows what's at stake. The city's fate is a message to the nation. New York is on the front lines of a much bigger fight. Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, representing Staten Island and Brooklyn, is sounding the alarm. She sees the rise of a socialist candidate as an existential threat to New York. Malliotakis warns that policies like defunding the police and taxing the wealthy will drive out jobs and businesses. She points to the city's past, crime, decay, and credits its comeback to strong policing and pro-growth policies. For her, this isn't theory, it's about protecting jobs and safety for her constituents. She frames the election as a battle for the soul of New York business and hard work versus radical experiments. Malliotakis is a local voice, translating big debates into real-life concerns, grocery bills, subway safety, and the future for families. She's urging voters not to repeat the mistakes of the past. Her message, New York can't afford to gamble with its future. The stakes are real, and the city's direction is on the line. Malliotakis' warning is resonating with anxious New Yorkers. Meet Zohran Mamdani, the man at the center of the storm. A young, energetic assemblyman from Queens, Mamdani is a proud democratic socialist. He's mobilized a passionate, diverse grassroots movement tired of the status quo. Mamdani's platform Housing for All, stronger rent controls, massive public housing investment, and free public transit. He calls for a Green New Deal for New York, creating green jobs and tackling climate change. He wants to shift funds from the NYPD to social services and mental health care. His vision rebalance a city plagued by inequality, with higher taxes on corporations and the wealthy to fund ambitious programs. Supporters see fairness, opponents see class warfare. Mamdani's appeal is strongest among young New Yorkers burdened by debt and high rents. He speaks to their frustration and offers hope for a city that works for everyone. To many, he's not just a politician, he's the leader of a movement. The movement is gaining steam, especially as Adams falters. Mamdani's rise is fueled by a deep desire for radical change. He's a polarizing figure, but his message is resonating. The city is at a crossroads, and Mamdani is at the center. The race is about more than politics. It's about the city's future. Zohran Mamdani made headlines by directly challenging President Trump. He proposed a one-on-one debate on the future of New York City. "If Trump is so concerned, let him debate me here," Mamdani declared. The move was bold, elevating Mamdani from local assemblyman to national figure. It generated massive media attention and energized his base. Mamdani framed the election as a direct contest, his socialist vision versus Trump's capitalist one. The challenge simplified the choice for voters and put Mamdani in the spotlight. His supporters saw it as their champion taking on the ultimate villain. It was a David versus Goliath moment, perfect for his underdog campaign. The debate likely won't happen, but that's not the point. Mamdani won by making the challenge, forcing every candidate to respond. He set the terms of the conversation and positioned himself as the leading anti-Trump voice in the city. It was a masterful use of media to build his movement. Mamdani showed he's not afraid to take on the establishment. The city, and the nation, took notice. Mamdani's rise and Adams's potential exit have shaken moderates and conservatives. Congresswoman Maliotakis is calling for unity among those who oppose a socialist takeover. The message, if moderates split the vote, Mamdani could win with a minority. The search is on for a unity candidate who can appeal across party lines. Business leaders, Democrats, and Republicans are urged to rally behind someone with charisma and experience. The ideal candidate must offer more than just opposition. They need a positive vision for New York. The challenge? Big egos, deep divisions, and little time. The city's establishment knows the old playbook won't work. This is a fight over New York's identity and future. The call for unity is urgent. The clock is ticking. Can they put aside differences and stop the socialist surge? The answer will shape the city's next chapter. This election is about more than City Hall. What happens in New York echoes nationwide. If the city elects a socialist mayor, it legitimizes those ideas across America. A Mamdani victory would embolden progressives and push the Democratic Party left. For Republicans, it's a political gift, proof of the radical left on the rise. New York would become a laboratory for bold policies, free transit, a Green New Deal, and more. The whole country would watch to see if these ideas work. The results would shape debates from Washington to state capitals. This mayoral race is a proxy war for America's future. The winner will help set the nation's direction. Ultimately, this election belongs to New Yorkers. I spoke to Maria, a home health aide in the Bronx. Mamdani's ideas sound like hope to her. Free subways, rent help. She feels seen for the first time. In Staten Island, Sal, the pizzeria owner, fears new taxes and rising crime could close his family business. For him, it's about survival, not ideology. In Manhattan, a finance worker is planning to leave if Mamdani wins, feeling targeted for his success. These voices, Maria, Sal, the finance worker, represent the city's diversity and its dilemmas. Each wants what's best for their family, but their visions for the city couldn't be more different. The election forces everyone to ask, what kind of city do we want? The answer will define New York for a generation. The stakes are personal and profound. This is a moment of truth for the city that never sleeps. The choice New Yorkers make will echo far beyond the 5 boroughs. The world is watching. The city's future and its soul are on the ballot. Every vote is a voice in the city's next chapter. The decision will send a message from coast to coast. New York stands at a crossroads.